Prostate cancer kills 12,000 men every year in the UK. One man dies every 45 minutes. It's a really serious disease and it needs to be taken seriously.
You go to a pub, you go to the football stadium, you go to the cricket ground. If you do a head count of the people sitting around you, 1 in 8 of those men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer.
I was sat in this room last year watching the cricket and I was taking what Laura was talking about, so I went for a PSA test. And a few days later I got the news that it was about double what it should be. But the doctor said, don't worry, but I will send you to the urology department. The guy told me that I had aggressive prostate cancer.
I had no obvious symptoms, I didn't need to go to the toilet at night, but I was due a health check. I called the GP, I went in and had my PSA blood test and was called back, which came as something of a shock. My GP said, I'd like you to have another test. And within less than 6 months, I was having radical prostate surgery.
If you took a group of men who were over 60 and you could take their prostates out and look at that down a microscope, then over half those men would be diagnosed with prostate cancer. And most of those cancers are completely harmless, but about 10% are aggressive. In many cases, the PSA test doesn't work and it won't pick up the cancer.
Bob had a urinary tract infection in January 2016. He went to the doctor and he was given a PSA test. The urologist said to him he didn't think that there was anything to worry about. The outcome was that he had probably the most severe, aggressive, advanced prostate cancer that he could have had, and it had already spread to his bones. The PSA didn't suggest anything like as bad as the cancer that he did have.
It's not perfect. It's not 100% accurate. There will be men like Bob who had a PSA blood test and his cancer wasn't identified immediately.
We have developed 2 tests, the PURE test, which is the prostate urine risk test, and the TIGER test, which is used on biopsy material. We applied some artificial intelligence maths, which effectively took the results from 100 plus tumours and it could recreate what all of the original tumours looked like. And when we did that, we found that one of those components, called the TIGER component, was always associated with aggressive disease. So if you had that TIGER component, you always did very badly.
Colin's plan for a urine test, it's like the bowel cancer test. You get to a certain age, it comes in the post, and you have a pee in the morning and then another one an hour later. You send it off and they can tell you that you have prostate cancer. I mean, it just seems like an absolute no-brainer.
In the absence of doing anything for the man other than collecting a urine sample, we can get a lot more information than you can with PSA on its own.
Something needs to be done up front to improve the testing and to also encourage more men to go and have the PSA test as it stands at the moment.
I'm quite evangelical in my approach to this now because I believe it is so important that men should understand they owe it to themselves and their families and their friends just to get tested.
The more people are being tested, the more chances of saving lives.
The Bob Willis Fund has been a lifesaver. It's allowed us to support an accreditation officer get through this critical step of accreditation.
Clearly the work done by the Bob Willis Fund and Lauren as well has put that into the public space. It allows people to debate what's necessary and that any funding that they get is going to help men.
I can't think they're enough.